Despite the clouds, it is really heating up in Zone 10B, and so that means it's time to start thinking about winter. Winter squash. I am going to show you how this plant will protect your soil from the scorching sun, lock in moisture, and bring you a bigger harvest all at the same time. Oh, and stick around because my bed is in serious need of a cleanup. I'm pretty sure there's some plants in there I've completely forgotten about. So let's get started. I'm here at the Three Sisters bed where it's time to get the third sister in. Traditionally, the third sister is winter squash. This plant will creep and crawl along the ground and throw out big umbrella-style leaves to protect the soil from the scorching sun. It'll lock in that moisture. You can think of it as almost like a sun hat for your soil. If you want to know more about the Three Sisters, you can check out my part 1 video. But for today, let's think about it in simple terms. You can really just think about it, it's the ultimate companion garden, and this is the final third companion in a Three Sisters planting. Let's go ahead and get the squash planted. I'm gonna do one at each corner, I think. I've got 2 acorn squash and 2 kabocha squashes. There you have it. With the winter squash finally in the ground, this Three Sisters bed is ready to cruise on autopilot. The same, however, cannot be said for the rest of my garden. Follow me down to my bed where I have a major cleanup to do. Here at my bed where, as you can see, this area is in need of a little bit of cleanup. But before we get to that, I wanted to show you what these plants are going to look like when they get big. These are all summer squash, but they have almost the exact same growing habit as the winter squash we just talked about. They creep and crawl along the ground, sending out these giant umbrella-style leaves. Now, what these leaves are going to do, they are going to cast shade on the soil, keeping everything nice and cool and locking in that crucial moisture when the summer gets really, really hot. They also are not going to get super tall, so you don't need to worry about them shading out your sun-loving crops like tomatoes. Now, speaking of tomatoes, I need to get around back and do a cleanup to keep my Tommy boys nice and healthy. I'm back here behind my bed, and as you can see, some of these plants have developed a little bit of powdery mildew. Now, it's not that big a deal as these plants are pretty much on their way out, but what would be a big deal is if that powdery mildew spread from these plants over into this bed. I'm gonna do everything I can to prevent that today by clearing this area out. And in the process, I am sure we'll find some hidden gems under here, as I know there are plants I've completely forgotten about. One plant I have not forgotten about but have been neglecting is my raspberry bush, and it is set up to give me a huge harvest at the end of summer, but I need to help it out and set it up for success. So we've got a lot of work to do and a little space. Let's get started. These poppies, I was going to let them dry completely, and they're close, but what you want to do, see how this one's soft? What you want to do is wait till they get rock hard, and then they'll develop a set of what they call windows right around the top that lets the seeds fall out. So I'm going to dry these in a little mesh bag because I want to get them out of here, but you can hear the seeds in there. Little tiny red onions. I'm going to leave these out to cure a little bit. Now, These are all my sweet peas that definitely had a lot of powdery mildew in here. But what I want to show you are these seed pods. These are dried and brown. So we can pull all those off and harvest those and use them to plant flowers next spring. Here is my raspberry bush, and I had originally thought that this would trellis up here, but it's kind of gone wild, so I think I need to help it out a little bit. Luckily, these canes are pretty malleable still at this point, so I can kind of shove it in and around this trellis and get it kind of pointed in the right direction. Very spiky. Another poppy. You know, I think I'm gonna need to get some twine to help this out. I'm seeing buds on this, which is fantastic. That's amazing. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to bail this up and tie it because I got to this way too late. And there's too much plant here to really manage. Let's go get that twine. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, I've got a really long piece of twine and I am just gonna try to scoop around here and capture as much of this plant as I can. Tying one end to the trellis here and the fence. I was hoping that I'd be able to kind of secure this plant to the fence a little bit more in a more natural way, but you know, this will do. And now just on the other side, cinch it in and then bring the rest of the twine over here and tie it off. So we've made sort of a little basket for it here, just along the fence and this trellis. And that should keep it upright. It should keep it out of the way, growing upwards, and it should make the fruit nice and easy to harvest. There we go. And then now we have these little loops that we can kind of tuck the branches in as we need to. And already I can see we've got an empty pot here that we had those red onions in. All right, this blueberry's looking good. Yes, 2 shallots. Ooh, I see some jewels in here though. Okay, we're gonna have a tomato harvest today. All right, again, these are some shallots. Oh, one more shallot. This is the fun part. Now that I can finally comfortably get back here, I can see what we've got to work with. I've got 2 pots that I can fill up with whatever I want. Probably some winter squash, and I can see that I've got some big tomatoes to harvest. These are Juliet F1. I'm gonna freeze those and make sauce. Sun Golds are ready to go. It is so much easier to get back there and harvest now. Look at those beauties. All right, I think that's gonna do it for this week. I mean, look at that harvest. It doesn't get much better than that, and it feels so good to finally get that winter squash in the ground. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Let me know what you all are growing in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Thanks again for hanging out with me. I will see you all next time. Bye. There's somebody with a blowtorch over here on the roof, and somebody with like a skill saw over there. What are you gonna do? Here, it looks a mess. Why is this so hard? I do the same thing almost every week. So it's all right, I'm here at my three sisters' bed where that fucking saw is going off nonstop.